All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ajegunle Legacy Project, the presentation of the awards for the Ajegunle Legacy Project. As we kickstart this conversation, I would like to recognize the presence of important people amongst us. First off, I'd like to appreciate the presence of everyone here, but also I would like to recognize the presence of the board treasurer for Paradigm Initiative in person of Dr. Oluseyi Adebayo Olubi. I would also like to recognize the presence of a member of the Taiwo Bankole family amongst us. Also, I would like to recognize the presence of important stakeholders from the Ajegunle community in person of Alhaji Yusuf Adeniji. We really appreciate your presence. Thank you for making time to be with us here. I would also like to recognize the presence of the CDC chairman, Alhaji Sani Ismaila. We also have our Life Legacy partner with us here for the founder of the Ajegunle Business School, in person of Alfred Kunagbe. We really appreciate your presence. Thank you for taking the time to join us here. We would also like to recognize the presence of the Commissioner for Basic Secondary Education, Jamiu Tolani Ali Balogun, who is represented by the Registrar, Lagos State Examinations Board, rather, Onrisholu Adebayo Ismail. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir, for making time to be with us here. Also, in presence here, we'd like to recognize the presence of Felix Babatunde, who is representing Honorable Sabil Akombioluwa, member of Lagos State House of Assembly, representing Ajeromi Felodun, Constituency 2. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us here. And finally, I would like to recognize the presence of our Executive Director, Paradigm Initiative, Ben Gasheson. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much to every team member, Paradigm Initiative team member who has taken the time to be with us here. Thank you so much. We appreciate your presence, and we'll be kickstarting the conversation. Thank you. Quickly, I'll be inviting someone who has also, we had an office in the Ajegunle community a while back. We'll be inviting one of our team members, in person of Angela Oyeguna, to come and give us the opening remarks.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Ajegunle Legacy Awards ceremony. My name is Angela, and I just want to say a big welcome to everybody and give a brief introduction of why we're here today. So why we're here today, let's just take a brief stroll down memory lane. But before I begin, who is Paradigm Initiative? So Paradigm Initiative is a social enterprise that helps young youths in Africa, connects them to digital skill, to improve their livelihood, and also into digital rights for freedom of expression online for people within Africa and around the world. So how did you get here today? It all started in 2007 in Ajegunle, and that's why you hear the word Ajegunle, Ajegunle, Ajegunle. It started in 2007 in Ajegunle when Paradigm Initiative started operations in a cyber cafe in Ajegunle. So the aim of the program was to empower young people within the community with digital skills, and so they can actually use these digital skills to improve their livelihood, because we know the world is now, everything is technology and all. So with the skills they get, so they can improve their livelihood. All from 2007 to now, that's what we have been doing. But from Cyber Cafe, we moved to our office, and from the office, which was the Ajegunle Training Center, we carried out this training till 2014, 2016, when we expanded to other regions in Africa, in Nigeria. So that's the Southeast and the Northwest region. Then in 2020, during COVID, we started to expand from our live virtual training. In 2021, we opened office in Senegal, and since then, we're expanding into different regions. In 2022, we took the program, now we expanded more, not just handling the program alone, but we looked out for like-minded organizations, and that's where the name, which was initially the Life Program, evolved to the Life Legacy Program. So the Life Legacy Program is a program whereby we work with like-minded organizations to train young people, empower them, digital skills, still with the aim of improving livelihood. I've been saying life, so what actually is life? It's not really life word, but it's an acronym. So the acronym stands for life skills, ICTs, financial readiness, and entrepreneurship. So it's like a 360 program that not just empowers them with digital skills, but with every other soft skills and entrepreneurial skill they need to make it in life. Then for the Life Legacy, the Ajegunle Legacy Project. While we were having our training in Ajegunle, we decided to expand. We didn't just, while expanding, we connected with an organization in Ajegunle known as Ajegunle Business School. And we thought of, why not just create a legacy program where it all began? And that's where the idea for the Ajegunle Legacy Project all came together. So under the Ajegunle Legacy Project, we have two projects under this. We have the Taiwo Bankole Scholarship Prize, and then we have the Ajegunle Legacy Scholarship. So the aim of the Ajegunle Legacy Scholarship is to support two young persons within Ajegunle, young persons living within Ajegunle, to support them to get higher education in software development. So these two young persons, annually we are going to be supporting two persons within the community to get higher education in software development, whatever area of software development of their choice. And then for the Taiwo Bankole Prize, the aim is to help them still get higher education, but university education this time around STEM courses. That's the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and also law, but related to tech. So that's the idea of these two categories. When we talk about the Taiwo Bankole Scholarship, it's actually in honor of Taiwo Ogunyemi Bankole. So during his lifetime, Taiwo dedicated his life to volunteering for courses like this. So he volunteered a lot for various Paradigm Initiative projects, not just Paradigm Initiative, but other organizations. He touched a lot of lives during his lifetime. And today we are honoring him with this Taiwo Bankole Prize, and two young persons annually would benefit from this Taiwo Bankole Prize. And that's the genesis of everything. That's how it all began, and that's why we are here today. So I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who made that time to be here today. And on this note, I'm going to say we appreciate you for being here. We have everybody duly represented. We have members from Ajegunle community. We have a member of Paradigm Initiative Board. We have members from government, and then we also have the Paradigm Initiative team and the press. So thank you so much for being here today, and I wish you to enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.
Thank you again, everyone. Quickly, we'll be moving on to the presentation of the scholarship itself. And we'll be inviting our COO in person of Nina Paul Ugochukwu to present the scholarships.
Good morning, everyone. Standing on already observed protocols. I'm Nina Paul Ugochukwu, CEO of Paradigm Initiative. But before I move on to handing out the awards to our deserving awardees, I'll call Angela back because I think she has some further words to share with us. So, Angela.
All right, thank you. So before we hand over, over the awards, we just wanted to make clarification on the selection process, because you might be wondering, how did we select? Okay, so we called for application last year, and across the two categories, we received 143 applications. When we received these applications, there was a committee that was put together to make for the grading and the selection process. And members of the committee include the board member from Paradigm Initiative. We also have a representative from Ajegunle. They are both here today, Ajegunle community, just to be sure that the people who are getting this award actually reside within the committee and within the community, and they are from Ajegunle. And then we also have had a member of Taiwo Bankole family as part of this committee, and also we had members of Paradigm Initiative team. So for the first stage, what we did was there was a grading process, and we graded them according to the criteria that was put in place. And after the grading phase, 34 of them qualified to move up to the next phase. And after looking at the 34 of them, we graded them again, and then finally we had like 12 of them move up to the final stage, which was the interviews. So during the interviews was a one-on-one Zoom call to speak with each of the applicants, and at the end of the interview, the committee was able to make selection, and that way we were able to select 4 persons who are going to be receiving awards today, 2 under each category. So that's how we got to finalize the awardees for today. Thank you. Oh, so gender, yeah. So yeah, to make sure that there is gender balance, we ensure that across each category we had male and female representatives. So for people receiving awards today, under the Taiwo Bankole Prize, we have a male and a female. Then under the Ajegunle Legacy Scholarship, we have male and female too. So it's balanced. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angela, for the further clarification of the process. So without further ado, we'll move on to the presentations, and I will be calling up the awardees. We're starting with the full scholarship for a university degree. And our first awardee is Esther Adeniran. Congratulations. I would like to call up our board member, treasurer of our board, Dr. Sheyi Adebayo Olubi. Yes. Congratulations, Esther, the first recipient of the Taiwo Bankole Prize. The next recipient of the Taiwo Bankole Prize is Anthony Maduamaka Ihechiamatu. I think he's just stay up here, I'll call them. Right. Thank you. Congratulations again, Anthony. For the scholarship for software development, our first recipient is Olga Gideon Roberts. Dr. Olubi. Dr. Olubi.
No pressure. No pressure.
Congratulations, Olga. And last but definitely not least, are the recipients for software development. Our female recipient is Idowu Sarah. She's on her way. Oh, okay. So, are you representing her? Okay. All right.
No, let her wait for her.
Yeah.
It's not usual. It's not unusual to wait for him.
Okay. Just to make a little announcement that we'll take photographs with the awardees, our board member, and a representative of the Ogunyemi family after proceedings. So thank you once again, and I invite our MC, Honorable MC back to the mic.
All right, thank you very much. As we await the last beneficiary of our scholarship, I would like to invite to speak now to give commendation speeches. We would like to invite the treasurer of the Paradigm Initiative Board and person of Dr. Oluseyi Adebayo Olubi.
Okay, good morning everyone. And like everybody else, I will stand on the existing protocols, but permit me to say a very big welcome to our representatives of the commissioner, and it's good to have you here. And of course, Alaji, it's great to have you here. Thank you for taking the time and making the sacrifice to be here. And you know me, anytime I'm in the PIN vicinity, I give a loud shout out to the PIN team headed by the executive director. Please, another round of applause for them. Because everything you see here is them that's doing it. We are just here to just come and, occasionally shine based on their work. So just to say a very few words on behalf of the board. The board is represented, it's also a gender balanced board. As fortunate to have it, I think I'm the only member of the board that's present in Lagos. It's a very distributed board, people in different countries. The head of our board is Professor Patu Tomi. He's been the head of our board for very many years, and we rely a lot on his exemplary leadership. Okay, thank you. So just to say a few words on behalf of the board. First of all, it will be to all of us here, to thank you for coming. One of the main reasons, why the board wants this project to succeed and has approved this project 100% is the fact that we cannot forget where we started from. I've had the particular privilege of being in Ajegunle when we first started, when none of this was visible, when all this was just one young man telling us that there's something happening in Ajegunle. And I attended a few of those meetings, not even at the Cyber Cafe. Alfred, great to see you. But even also in the local government itself, when we first started there. So there's an African proverb that says a river that forgets its source will soon dry up. And I was speaking with Alhaji Yusuf just before this event started, and I said to him that we believe PIN is an organization that will outlive all of us in this room. And 50 years from now, when PIN is going strong, several countries all over the world doing many great things, this Ajegunle Legacy Project will serve as a testimonial. Because when people will ask, what is Ajegunle Legacy Project? That will be the opportunity to tell them and continue to remind people the history of how PIN started and where PIN started from, of the place that incubated PIN and eventually has led us to become who we are today. So it's a very important project for us. It's not something we're just doing half-heartedly. It's almost 2 years in the making before we got to this point. The second thing would be to the awardees, the recipients in this room. You are the very first to benefit from this. You will certainly not be the last. And our hope and our dream is that as each of you as each recipient comes in, as each beneficiary, benefits from this, that they would go on to do much greater things. But most important, the charge that we have for you as a board, the same thing that drives us to sit on the board and to do the things we do, we want you to have that same passion. Give back to your community. Give back to your community. Again, speaking with Alhaji earlier in the day, before this event started, one thing that became very clear is that so much has come out of Ajegunle. So much. And it's a place that is a cradle of many great things. So we're relying on you that as you benefit from this, and 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you finished your course, you are doing great, you have become the next Elon Musk. Please remember the Ajegunle community that gave you this opportunity. Because if you are not a member of Ajegunle board, of Ajegunle community, you will not have this scholarship. It was one very clear thing during our selection process. No matter how good you are, if you cannot prove to the committee that you are a bona fide resident of Ajegunle, you did not qualify. So please, we have taken the steps to make sure that only Ajegunle residents benefit from this for very clear reasons. But we also expect that as you go forward, as some of your family members are here, please remind them that as they benefit, let them also give back to their community. So with these few words, I want to say thank you again for having us, for being here, and long live the Ajegunle Legacy Project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olubi. We will be having the stakeholder. We have an important stakeholder from the Ajegunle community. He was also on the board for the selection for the beneficiaries of the scholarship, in person of Alhaji Yusuf Adeniji.
I greet the whole house. Good morning, good afternoon, good day. My honor, I bow. The representatives of the Lagos State Commissioner for Education, who happens to be a person very close to my heart. We thank God we are here today. I give glory to the people that God has used to uplift Ajegunle. I thank you people. I thank the Paradigm Initiative, the board members, the team members, and all those that worked with us. We worked day and night to get to the final stage. I appreciate and salute the courage of one of our members. He lives in Canada. He will abandon his job and will be online for 8 hours, minimum 8 hours. Any day we have that meeting. There is somebody that's supposed to be here, Mr. Ihueze, the coordinator. I appreciate him so much. He's talking to me privately, he's sending me emails, he's harassing my life, he's doing so many things to me. How I always dance out is forget about my education. I'm a community person. I have to go down to the roots of my place. That's how I always dance out. The opportunity of me coming to join this board will not be totally appreciated if I don't mention Ajegunle Business School. And I happen to be the chairman of the advisory board of Ajegunle Business School. Forget about my education, please. I'm a community person. And that community must grow. The Commissioner for Education today is an Ajegunle person. We've been together for close to 40 years with me. Forget about the family roots. So great and greater things, and the greatest will come from Ajegunle. If the present Commissioner for Education is from there, who knows whether the governor is coming from there tomorrow? Ajegunle Business School started from a small place. Ajegunle Business School controls a large number of people with Bank of Industry today, as with entrepreneurs. So Ajegunle is gradually growing. And Dr. Sheyi, I appreciate you. Our discussion today had opened my brains into so many other things. We'll talk more. And Paradigm Initiative, you keep doing the support for us. Me, I'm a community person, no. I beg. I'm on my knees. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the system. I appreciate the process. And I appreciate each and every one that had contributed into it. And the program named after the other young man, may God continue to give him peaceful rest. And may God continue to make the family better and better and better. And the recipients, please, I'm on my knees. You heard what Dr. Sheyi said. Give back to the community. If a person like me is not giving back to the community, you will not face the kind of screening that you faced. Have you forgotten the questions that I asked you? And who are your referrals within the community? And when you mentioned one of my daughter's name in the community, I said that solves it. So I wish all of us well. We came here peacefully and we'll return back to our homes peacefully as well. Once again, Paradigm Initiative, God bless you. And God bless Nigeria as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much again. So quickly, we'll be inviting, if we have the parents of the beneficiaries or the guardians who want to speak to this. So I will not be calling names. I will just, be opening it up for, you want to say something in whatever language also. It doesn't have to be in, okay, I see. Thank you. Yes, in whatever language, English, Igbo, Yoruba, whatever language.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. I'm so happy, very excited. When my junior brother told me the scholarship and everything, it was from Ajegunle, I was very happy. I don't know how to explain that is my happiness because while quite all right, we were from very poor family, So when I get the scholarship, I was so happy because there is a time we told us that the school fees was high. I was like, where will I start? Where will I start getting the money for your school fee? The thing is too high. Even only your feeding is very high. So when I get the scholarship, I was very happy, very excited. I thank every one of you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. So it would be a huge, I'm trying to find the word, if we have the representative for the Commissioner for Basic Secondary Education here, and we don't have them speak to the scholarship this time around. So we're going to be inviting Mr. Orisholu Adebayo Ismail, the Registrar Lagos State Examinations Board, to come speak to the scholarship. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Alaji. Dr. Sheyi, good afternoon. The ED, good afternoon, God bless you. And everybody here, I greet. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Before going to the Honorable Commissioner's speech, I want to challenge, maybe I should start with the three of you. The doctor, I have Alaji, and I have a very perfect man to join the two of you. Now, I think I have to challenge you. Do you have any slogan for Ajegunle? If this one is coming from Ajegunle and you are putting back to that your community, is there any slogan? Is there any song? Is there anything that once we mention such anywhere, I will know that, oh, these people are from Ajegunle? Do you have any? If not, you should start thinking about that now.
It's part of our discussion this morning.
Oh, thank God. You should start thinking about it because once you mention Ajegunle, I want you to say, oh, my Honorable Commissioner, I tell you, today if you say anything about Ajegunle, so passionate, he will tell you, that's my area. See, we are building a new school at Ajegunle. School that I don't want to go into details. So I think it would be nice if we can do something of such. If Paradigm can come up with one, it's an added plus. It's plus to them. So I will then go to the Honorable Commissioner's speech, so as not to bore you. Yeah, I stand before you today with great honor and privilege as the representative of the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, Honorable Tolani Jamiu Alibalogun, who deeply regrets not being able to join this remarkable inaugural project and award ceremony due to other state assignments. Instead, I extend his heartfelt congratulations to all the recipients of the awards and scholarships, especially the organizer of this laudable project. I pray that God Almighty will continue to bless and support this initiative in all that you do to advance education in the Ajegunle community, Lagos State, and other parts of Africa. In tandem with the education and technology pillar of the Teams Plus agenda of Mr. Governor, Lagos State initiated the public-private partnership, and this has driven education to be the vanguard in the country and Africa as a whole. As we all know, that education is expensive. Government cannot do it all alone. So we appreciate Paradigm for coming to our rescue in this regard. Now, it is undeniable that technology plays a significant role in enhancing students' learning experiences. It provides them access to wealth online and empowers students to conduct research and explore diverse perspectives. Therefore, as a government organ, we are very delighted to see any individual or organization like yours partnering with us in sponsoring our children and promoting education in rural communities. To the recipients, Paradigm Initiative has provided this rare privilege, and it is advised that you remain focused in your academic pursuits, as sky is just the beginning for you once you are determined. Once again, I appreciate the organizer of this laudable project. Greater Lagos is a collective responsibility of all and sundry. Thank you all, and may the good Lord always be with you in your future endeavor. Signed, the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Lagos State.
Oh. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. So we would like to recognize, before we proceed, we'll be inviting our Executive Director, Paradigm Initiative, in person of Gbenga Sheson, to give his speech.
Okay, congratulations. Oh, by the way, I'm expecting an official letter from the ministry giving us tax rebates, not as an organization, we're non-profit, but for all our team members, beginning from Iweze, who coordinated this. Okay, Iweze is not in Lagos, so it doesn't pay you taxes. Because a few days ago, I got your letter from LIRS asking me to file my taxes, which have already been filed. But just to say, I'm glad you're here. I was just whispering to them that I'm sure you will meet us halfway. As they get the scholarship, that the state will also say, okay, you know what, we're giving them double whatever they get. Because I know Lagos is up to it. Please tell the Honorable Commissioner that Gbenga Sheson said, what we have done today, we trust that you will match it. And I say this as a Nigerian who pays tax in Lagos and who expects a lot more from government. The reason why in the first place we started the train in Ajegunle is because we know that, as you said, Ajumoshe, we're all doing this together. Government cannot do it alone. We have to work hand in hand, and it's really important that as we do things like this, we're just basically signaling. At the end of the day, when any of these four, recipients become hugely successful, Lagos will claim them. That's what happens all the time. Somebody becomes important suddenly. Who was it recently? I think it was Ogun State government. Oh, no, it was the footballers. AFCON. People were giving them land, giving them money, receiving them. The goalkeeper, what's his name again? Nwambali. Nwambali is now a titled chief in his village. Success has many fathers, mothers, uncles, cousins. What worries me, what worries us as an organization is that before these people become successful, many of them are neglected and forgotten. And this is our challenge to the government, that no stone should be left unturned. No child born in Lagos should struggle for opportunities. No Nigerian child should struggle for opportunities, because when they become successful, we end up claiming them. A few days ago, we were being conducted around one of the projects in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and guess who I met? A Nigerian doctor. I'm not surprised. I mean, Saudi Arabia has always poached, well, maybe not poached, it's willing buyer, willing seller. Willing buyer, willing seller, and one of my colleagues who is there, not in Riyadh, in another city in Saudi Arabia, was telling me that, or let me not even tell you the difference, that it's at least 1,000%. Immediately it crossed. So I think this is a challenge to us. We do this not because, to be honest, it's not because we have extra resources. We're a non-profit. It means that we look for money before we can work. But we do this basically to signal, to say that the intellectual property, today we're talking about the difference between Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Iran, all the other countries that have the same oil that we have, and Nigeria. It's very embarrassing. Every time I get to any of those countries, and they tell me, oh, you're from Nigeria, it means you have money. That's exactly what they say. But we trust that this will be a challenge to government. Yes, this is what I always do. Always challenge government, because we are not doing enough. We're doing a lot in terms of the resources below the ground, 1.4 million barrels per day. But that resource above the ground, our intellectual resource, I think we need to do a lot more, regarding that. And I'm glad today that we have this recipients of these scholarships. There are two categories. The first category for software development. It wasn't a joke when he said you are the next Elon Musk. Please stand up, the two recipients for the software development category. Oh, the lady is not here yet. Okay, we'll fix Lagos traffic problem soon. With the red line now, I'm sure that there'll be less traffic. When I say no pressure in the office, we laugh because it means pressure tiwa. And I'm saying this because there are many young people in Nigeria today who have said things like, I wish I could get money to go for this software development training. You don't have that excuse anymore. Now you have money to go for the training that will connect you to your software development dreams. And this time next year, in 2 years, in 3 years, we want to use your story as an example to every other young person, not just in Ajegunle, but across Nigeria, to say that it is possible. There's a reason you were selected. You worked hard. Oh, I know. I know the process was tough. And I know there are people who were part of the process who would have wished they got the scholarship today, but they didn't. So we literally hang the hopes of many people on your shoulder. This is not the kind of black tax where I expect that everybody will now be collecting money from you, no. But you are an example. You have to be an example. As you enter that training room, don't forget, you're not going there as just yourself. You're going there as a representative of a generation, of a community, of a nation. We wanted to win that match against Cote d'Ivoire by all means. I mean, just give us one good news. Naira, power, many things. Let's just win. Well, at least we came second. But in this case, you can't come second. You have to win that software. If there's anything that you can do to become that good example. And you know why it's important? So that when you are able to do it, you can tell other young people. You know what happens when you ask big Nigerians, how did you become successful? They'll say, now God. We don't want to hear that. God helps all of us. What we want to hear from you is, how exactly did you start from secondary school, getting the scholarship, becoming a good software engineer, and becoming a success so that others can repeat it? So in advance, I say congratulations to you because you will definitely rep us. Thank you very much. Now to the second category. Please rise. I heard mommy saying that school fees is expensive and she was wondering how to pay it. We're all in the same boat. I have young children in year 1 and year 4, and every year we somehow expect the school to increase school fees. And I keep saying to them that what they pay every session is more than what I paid for my entire secondary school education plus university education. And I say that to say that public education in Nigeria, as terrible as things are, and I know that things can become better. That's why I'm sure your ministry is doing everything possible to make sure that every child that goes through every school, any school, public or otherwise, in Lagos is a representation of the spirit of Lagos, which is excellence. I used to pay 120 naira in secondary school for tuition. I went to AUEFI, I paid 90 naira for accommodation. And the people that went there before me told me that not only did they pay less, they ate chicken.
For free.
For free.
For free. On Sunday, ice cream.
Ice cream on Sunday. You didn't hear now? You are going to school at a time when things are a bit tougher. But guess what? The excuses are being reduced and taken away from you one by one. For one, you don't have to worry about tuition. All of the details will be shared with you of what the scholarship covers. And you don't have to worry about that, not just for this year, not just for your second year, not just for year 3. All of the years you are in school, you have only one job: study. That's a job. When others are saying, this course is tough, remind yourself, if I don't study hard and maintain 3.5 CGPA, it's not automatic that you will get year 2. No, it's not. If you don't maintain 3.5 CGPA, which is a 2-1, it means you don't want the scholarship. And we will look for someone else who wants it. So please, study. I can tell you, education is the solution to generations of need. In this room today, people can tell you their stories of how they used education to get opportunities that broke the chain of poverty in certain families. I know this sounds like a lot of, I'm sure you're even wondering, like, Oga, let me go and study this thing and just collect, give me this money, let me go. But I'm saying this because it's important. And also because you're doing this in the name of an important person. Taiwo Bankole is literally my brother. He died on the expressway, Lagos-Ibadan expressway, in service of this country. And so today, what he is doing literally is from the past coming into the future, giving you money for your education. If there's anything Taiwo was passionate about, from Warri to Lagos to all corners of Nigeria, was to make sure that every young Nigerian gets an opportunity of an education, and not just that, that they become successful and give back to their communities. It was while he was doing that the tire of the bus burst. Because unfortunately, you know how Lagos-Ibadan is. I was angry that day when his mom asked me, Benga, Aburueda, meaning, where is your brother? Burst into tears. Because I couldn't explain where my brother was. You know how they say, am I my brother's keeper? Of course I wasn't going to say that. But we trust that that sacrifice will multiply, not just in you, in those who will come next year, those who will come years after that, and every time we mention his name, every time that his family hears his name, they would hear his name and see your success as a representation of what he wanted to do while he was alive. He was a young man. He was, short-lived. But today I say congratulations to you, because I've been removed from this process. I don't know what course you are studying. I don't even know your name. And there is a reason for that, because we believe in merit. I don't ever want a case where somebody will say, his cousin's younger brother's senior sister's former boyfriend is the one that recommended somebody. Have we met before? We haven't. In fact, I'm sure you don't know why. But the basic idea is that merit has got you here. And please keep that spirit of merit. 3.5 is not a lot if you are serious. I won't tell you my full story on campus so that I will not discourage you. But in my first year, I had a 5.0 because it was the same courses that we had done in secondary school, just in a different environment. So please, for yourself, retain that excellent spirit. For your community, for your parents, for Taiwo Bankole Ogunyemi, and for Paradigm Initiative. Every year we will put money aside. Who knows, maybe the board will even tell us at some point, you know what, as board members, we're giving you extra money to go and to do more. We don't want one person, one boy and one girl per year. We want 10. We want 100. Maybe at some point, who knows, dream big, big hugs, big area that shows goes. Maybe every child, and I'm sure that Alhaji would love to hear this, maybe every child born of Ajegunle will not have an excuse to say there's no money to go to the university. Maybe. Imagine that each organization in Nigeria performs better environment. I'm looking at you again, government. Don't choke. Allow to grow. And are able to support indigent students in the places where they work. At the end of the day, we may all be covered. I am a beneficiary of scholarships myself, of fellowships, and I know what it does. It puts you under pressure to perform, and it also reminds you that a tree does not make a forest. So that you won't wake up tomorrow and say, I'm self-made, I owe no one nothing. Yeah, you owe no one nothing, but you owe Ajegunle. You owe PIN, you owe Nigeria. So once again, I say congratulations to you, and I throw that challenge again to the Ministry of Education. And I don't mince words when I say this, and I say this as a full tax-paying member of Lagos State. I carried my bag and baggages from Akure, where I grew up, came to Lagos, and I saw your tax system, and I have complied. And so I've earned my right to ask to make that demand. Please and please and please. There was a time when it was clear that if you had gone to schools in certain places, I mean, when results come out, we are not going to ask questions. I mean, things have changed a bit and things like that, but we trust that you will meet us halfway with this scholarship, not in terms of money alone, but also in terms, it would be great, for example, to invite some of these beneficiaries, maybe after their first or second year, to come and share their stories with the ministry. What have they learned? How can their own lived experience be useful in your own development of policy? I want to especially, recognize and thank, and I know that, you've mentioned Iweze today. Is not, we have team members across 6 countries, so we can't all be together at the same time. Even though he's in Nigeria, it's also not, we have, people in Port Harcourt, Kano, and Abuja is not here today, but I just want to say thank you to him and to the team that worked with him. So this is the moment where Paradigm Initiative team members, and of course, they're all pointing towards Angela. Angela herself, someone even mistook her to be, someone said, oh, she's a graduate of the Ajegunle program. No, she's not. She was the teacher. She was the teacher in Ajegunle, in charge of the program, before we, snatched her and brought her to the HQ. And I just want to say thank you to every, one of our team members for doing this. Maybe this is a good time to actually then invite the awardees and the representatives of the community, of the board, and of the ministry, so we can take a picture together. And that picture is proof. So that every time you want to give an excuse, just look at that picture again and say, pressure T1. And then you go and study, okay? All right, thank you very much. And thanks to everyone who is here today. I hope that you know that our doors are open. If there are things you'd like to know about the organization, Angela had mentioned a few things earlier, please feel free to ask questions, and we hope that you will continue to spread the good news of empowering young people and making sure that they are examples for others to follow. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you again, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. Thank you, we appreciate your presence. And on this note, we call this engagement to a close. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for your presence. We wish you good luck in your endeavors. Congratulations to the beneficiaries of the program. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you. Bye.